My orders are to observe the ruin, not help you mount a suicidal rescue mission.
Then you can observe me kicking every fetching cultist's ass standing between me and my little brother. Who are you? Another of these useless Leowin layabouts? Oh, no, you're an adventurer like me. Don't tell me, Zagira roped you into this mess too. My little brother and I answered a job posting seeking adventurers to help explore a newly discovered ruin, only once the expedition got underway and we were all split up, our employers turned on us. I barely got away. Free my little brother and the others before something terrible befalls them? I don't know if I can do this on my own, but I have to try. Can I count on your help? Or were all the questions just morbid curiosity? I can pay if I have to. There were 5, in addition to me, who got duped into this. My brother, Liam, Eolaf, a Nord warrior, Ardia, a High Elf researcher, Dijos, an Argonian scout, and Garlor, a Wood Elf adventurer. Other than my brother, I don't know a lot about them. Not much. Zagira, the woman who hired us, was charming. I didn't buy a story that her expedition was for study, but she paid half our fee up front. I figured they were just treasure hunters looking for plunder. We had no idea they were a cult. About the time they said, "Don't kill her, we need her for the ritual," while trying to wrestle me to the ground. Probably saved my life, though. I fought twice as hard knowing they were taking it easy on me. No one else escaped that I know of. We didn't get far with our expedition before things went sour, but the ruin was in pretty bad shape. You'll need a grapple bow to get anywhere quickly. Fortunately, I have a spare. They're simple enough to use if you've never tried one. All right, but remember, you already agreed to help me. It'd be rude to back out now. But seriously, I need your help. Please don't change your mind. It's Daedric, in origin. Our employer claimed it was recently uncovered, but I have a hard time believing no one noticed until now. And despite its condition, it doesn't seem that old. Barely any overgrowth at all. None of it makes any sense. 100 years old at most. I couldn't tell you who built it, or how it came to be demolished, though. I didn't get much time to study it before those fetching cultists tried to throw a sack over my head and drag me off. Just line up your sights with a suitable anchor point, release the bolt, and get ready to fly. Don't worry, they're pretty much designed to do all the work. The worst you'll have to worry about is underestimating the pull and spraining your neck.
I won't stand in the way if you wish to help her. It'll get her off my back at the least. To hear the Dark Elf tell it, some cult lured her and her ilk to an otherworldly ruin to sacrifice them in some unholy ritual. There's no evidence of that, so most likely it's a falling out between adventuring parties vying for claim of the ruin. I'm here to keep watch on this newly discovered ruin. The Ivory Brigade has more important things to do than mediate disputes between vagabonds, despite what the Dark Elf might think. If it were up to her, the entire Chamber of Legates would be here.
We need to reach the base camp, but be careful. I saw a lot more cultists during my escape than the ones who led me here. not our sky. It wasn't like this before. We should hurry. The bridge is out, but that support looks sturdy enough for the grapple bow. The base camp. That's Yolov. One of the other adventurers Zagira duped with this setup. They've got him strung up like a new life pony guar. Survey stones my ashy arse. That's a sacrifice if I've ever seen one. We've got to do something. Zagira had us escorting her scholars around the area to place those so-called survey stones. Supposedly, they would get the layout of this place in an instant. Bunch of guar dung, clearly. It's sucking the life out of him. I damn well plan to try. It'll be dangerous, though. For Iolaf, most of all. That ritual is already feeding off of him somehow. The sudden shock of destroying the stone might kill him. We could try weakening the ritual before ending it entirely. That array by Iolaf seems to be the heart of the ritual, but the magic is being drawn to another focal point nearby. Destroying that might lighten the load on Iolaf, and the backlash of ending the ritual by force. It's the best chance of saving him. We need to stop that ritual, the sooner the better, but Iolaf's chances of surviving go up exponentially if we try picking it apart carefully, instead of smashing the central array right at the start. The grapple bow should help us search around. I don't know it. I'm making an educated guess. Daedrology is my main field of study, though I tend to avoid getting caught up in their worship and rituals. Mostly, I'm fascinated why anyone would join these fetching cults in the first place. I took an interest in the anticipations of the Tribunal and my ancestors' worship of them before the three rose to godhood. Dark Elves aren't the only ones who revere Daedra alongside Divines, but now's not the time for a philosophical discussion.
Nord. The foothold is nearly complete!
That did it! The ritual's weakened!
You don't have to tell me twice.
It worked! Sorry if that sounds too much like surprise, but I couldn't be sure if that would be enough to save Iolaf's life until we tried it. If the cult is doing this to the others, we should be able to free them too, if we're careful. It was definitely a Daedric ritual, but not your typical sacrifice. Offerings to the princes are usually quick and brutal. This was much more purposeful. I don't know what they were trying to accomplish, but they were using Iolaf's soul to power it. The Swits didn't tell us much of their plans before stabbing us in the back, but I've got a rough idea where they were taking the other stones. If we head out the other side of these corridors, we should be on the right path.
That was horrible. I felt like my soul was getting torn out of me, little by little. Trying to pitch me into Orki's gnarled teeth. Or Dagon's, rather. Felt like all the air was sucked out of my lungs. Would have killed me if you hadn't come along. Was it always this hot in here? I'm just hired muscle. I don't meddle with magic. They were talking, though, about positioning the other stones. They sent each of us as an escort, split us up. If they got the better of me, I'm sure the others are in just as much trouble now. Haven't felt this bad since I nearly drowned in the sea of ghosts. But I can feel my strength coming back. I think I'll be good enough to move once I've got my breath. I'll be fine. Help the others while there's still time.
Hold on. I recognize that journal. It belonged to Ardia. Well, I'll be. Ardia actually made a break for it. She's the last one I'd have expected to escape. 2 left feet, that one. Much as I'd like to believe she made it out, somehow I doubt it. Honestly, I'm impressed she made it this far, but my gut tells me she's still here. I think we should keep looking for the rest of those sacrificial stones. Whoever's still bound up in the cult's rituals is in the greatest danger. It's getting to the point that I hardly recognize this place. It's like the sky is on fire and everything's scorched. Did the cult come here just to destroy this place? That hardly makes any sense, but Daedra worship too often doesn't. It's possible this is all just a side effect of the ritual, not its intent. Who knows? Maybe their magic isn't just feeding on the souls of those they've captured, but everything here. All the more reason to stop them, quickly. Lava? And look, those trees! The shifting is more drastic here. Looks like they caught Ardia after all. We need to free her.
Back, Mira.
Helped. There's still something drawing power from the ritual. Let's keep looking. We need to free Ardia from that ritual before it drains her soul completely, even if it kills her. Still, we should look for focal crystals nearby that are drawing power from her. Destroying them is the only way to save her life and her soul. I mean, stopping the ritual prematurely might kill her, but there are fates worse than death. If her soul is drained entirely from her body, it won't be left to the mercy of the Divines. It'll probably wind up in the clutches of oblivion. All of them. Now, the array. Come on, Ardia. Watch your step.
I'm just a little unsteady. Normally, I love new experiences. It's why I got into exploring. Not that one. Never, ever again. Oh, I thought I'd never see that again. Thank you. I have a great deal to add to it now. I think it's good to record all you can, good and bad. It forces you to think about what you've seen and done. Makes you more mindful of how events shape you. Zigira was yelling at her followers about jeopardizing the foothold when I was trying to escape. I don't quite get what she meant, but I think they're turning this place into their stronghold. And I saw Zigira when they caught me, the real Zigira. Among her followers, she dropped the mask she'd been wearing. She's a Daedra. These cultists are the usual misguided fools dabbling with things they don't really understand. They're true believers. I'll never forget how they howled for her adulation.
It looks like Ardia will be all right. Hopefully she can make a successful escape this time. I can't be certain, but Dijo, Scarlor, and my little brother Liam are still missing. We have to assume they've been captured and bound like the other two. We need to stop these rituals, and not just for their sakes. I have a theory about the purpose of these rituals. The changes to the land, the sky, the blasted heat. I think this place is being overtaken by another plane. If I had to guess, I'd say it's becoming the Deadlands. I think this ruin isn't actually part of Nirn. More like a piece of our world bottled up, and the cult is trying to fill the bottle from another source.
I'm going to take it slow, but I should be all right getting away now that you and Miri are here causing a commotion. I hope you're able to save the others.
Garlor! Over here! Garlor? Oh, fetching Vic! 3 alive, I can't look at him. Can you see if there's anything left of him in there? He's gone. Soul-shriven. I've read accounts of this happening, but I've never seen it myself. This ravaged body is all that's left of Garlor. His soul, gone somewhere far worse. This is what will happen to the others. To my little brother. Right. You're right. This isn't the time to lose it. There's still hope for the others. Garlor couldn't have wandered far like this. There must be another ritual site nearby. Let's go. They've got Dijos!
Keep meddling.
This focal point is finished, but it wasn't the only one by the look of it.
Waste away.
feeding on their soul. Let's do the same to the rest.
You're free! Come on! You came back for me? Thanks to you, there will be something left for the Hist when my time finally comes. But I did not expect the Dark Elf to stick her neck out for me. Dark Elves have not been kind to my Eggkin, and I have not been kind to theirs in turn. I see I judged her too harshly. I should apologize to her and her brother, if he still lives. He was taken prisoner by Zagira, personally. To the heart of the vault, she said. Further down this path. Where it leads, I cannot say. I don't even recognize this place anymore. I only know it dries my scales worse than Ebonheart.
We managed to save her. I don't know if that'll improve her opinion of me. Well, my kind. But I'm glad. I wouldn't wish what happened to poor Garlor on anyone. Liam. Hang in there, little brother. We'll find you. We seem to be getting close to the heart of the cult's plot. Other than the ruins, the terrain here is unrecognizable from where we came from. I'd wager that's where we'll find him. And Zagira. No, I don't care about that hooded viper. I just want my little brother back. But if she stands in our way, I'll gladly kick her fetching ass back to oblivion. Come on. Liam needs me.
Thanks to you, there will be something left for the Hist when my time finally comes. But I did not expect the Dark Elf to stick her neck out for me.
Switz locked us out! We aren't getting that gate open by force, but I bet that mechanism plays some part in getting it open. I think that mechanism must be connected to the gate, but that can't be the only thing stopping us, or Zagira wouldn't be so confident. We should look around. There might be more of these Daedric objects involved in the barrier. That did it! The gate's unsealed! Let's find Liam. Zakira, if you think a little lava is going to stop me, you've got another thing coming.
Israel will be ours!
This is it! We're going to save Liam and stop Zakira's plot here and now. Let's find the ritual's focal points and weaken it so we can set him free. I don't know. He's my little brother. I have to try. If it comes to it, end the ritual prematurely. I'd rather send Liam into the arms of Mother Morrowind than let Oblivion have him. Just try. Please. Lightened their burden a bit, but it might not be enough. Look for other focal crystals. That's done it! Now, destroy the array! Liam! Oh, thank Beck. I'll get you out of
Mary,
here.
I thought I'd never see you again.
You can inform your worthless legates that we stopped the cultists. No thanks to you.
Just be grateful your little dispute didn't land you afoul of the law. Cease your meddlesome trespassing while you're ahead, and get a real job.
I am glad you were able to rescue Liam. I could not look Miri in the face if she had fished a bitter old lizard from the mire at the cost of her own loved one. If more dark elves were like them, there would be fewer Argonians like me.
Glad to see Miri got her brother free. Gladder still you two bothered with me along the way. I won't soon forget that.
I see you managed to reunite Miri and Liam. I could tell the two of them were close when we met. Thank the Divines for that, because I don't know if she'd have gone to such lengths for us otherwise. No, I think she would have.
Thought I was finished there. Miri, too. I was praying to the three that she wasn't going to share my fate. Someone was listening, because you're a real godsend. Yes, I think so. Still feeling drained, but I'm beginning to get sensation back in my chest. Really odd feeling, let me tell you. I don't recommend it. Miri brought me along to have someone she could trust, but I just ended up being a liability. Just what I overheard. It's not like Zakira gloated about her genius plans while I was bound up. She mostly just yelled at me for Miri causing trouble and told me all the horrible things that would happen when they tossed my soul to Mehrunes Dagon. Well, there was this one thing that stuck out. The cult Zakira was leading is much bigger than this group. Something about how this foothold would be vital to their ambitions. All rather typical cult drivel, if you ask me. Well, I'm the baby brother, and Miri takes her place as the eldest very seriously. She's more of a mother than our mother in some ways. Mom would call this a learning experience. Doesn't like to coddle. Oh, no. Mom would have beaten Zakira to death with a cook pan if it came down to it. She'd just lecture us about needing to be able to get ourselves out of a pinch without her. You know how adventurers are.
We did it! My little brother is safe, and that backstabbing viper Zagira's plans are in shambles. Oh, I almost wish I could see what Dagon does to her for her failure, but my imagination's probably better than his anyway. We leave this useless swit to his report and count to Zora's lucky stars. My little brother is alive and well, thanks to you. That's more than I could ask. We owe you. If you ever need anything, and I mean anything, you can count on me. I should get word that we're safe to our parents as soon as possible. I hope to see you again soon. And Liam, straight to Leyawen, you hear?
I just want a moment to catch my breath and thank your friend here, Mother. Thought I was finished there. Miri, too. I was praying to the three that she wasn't going to share my fate. Someone was listening, because you're a real godsend.